Okay, when I say Coca-Cola, what comes to mind? Probably that classic red can, right? A refreshing drink on a hot day. But that's not the whole story, not even close. We're going to peel back the label and look at Coca-Cola for what it really is, one of the most profitable business empires in history. So let's dive in and figure out how they pull it off. And really, it all comes down to this one absolutely mind-boggling question. How does a company that basically sells fizzy sugar water generate $20,000 in pure profit every single minute? Yeah, you heard me right. To even begin to get our heads around that, we've got to go way back. And when I say the beginning, I mean humble beginnings. We're traveling back to 1886, Atlanta, Georgia. This global giant started out as a simple little tonic, sold for just 5 cents a glass in a local pharmacy. 5 cents. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Check out how fast this thing just blew up. It starts in 1886, right? Dr. John Pemberton invents it as a tonic for things like headaches. But the real game changer was a marketing whiz named Asa Candler. In the 1890s, he buys the company and just plasters that logo on everything imaginable. Then, the final piece of the puzzle, World War II. The US government made sure every American soldier anywhere in the world could get a Coke. That move didn't just boost morale, it was brilliant. It turned Coke into a global symbol for America itself. So how did they handle that massive global growth? Well, it was all built on a business model that is, frankly, pure genius. This is the first big secret to their incredible wealth. You see, Coca-Cola isn't really in the beverage business at all. They're in the syrup business. And this breaks down just how elegant it is. Instead of dealing with all the expensive, messy stuff like factories and delivery trucks, Coke does just one thing. They create that secret syrup concentrate. Then they sell that concentrate to thousands of local bottlers all over the world. Those companies handle all the heavy lifting and the costly operations. So get this, the bottlers take on almost all the risk, while Coca-Cola just sits back and collects these huge, high-margin profits. It's an absolutely incredible system. And they apply that same genius model to a massive universe of drinks. We're talking over 200 brands. So whether you're drinking a Powerade after a workout, a Minute Maid with breakfast, or a Smart Water on the go, chances are you're putting money right back into the Coca-Cola empire. They are everywhere. Okay, so we get it. The model is incredibly smart. But now let's talk about the money. Let's really break down the numbers, because this is where we answer that initial question, and you can see the true scale of this operation. All right, let's start big. In 2023, after every single cost was paid, the Coca-Cola Company walked away with a net profit of around $10.7 billion. That's pure profit. But, a number that big is kind of hard to wrap your head around. So let's make it a little more tangible. Let's break that down. It comes to about $29 million every single day. Just think about it. They earn more in one day than the entire production budget of a lot of Hollywood movies. Let's go smaller still. Per hour, that comes out to roughly $1.2 million. So in the time it takes you to watch a movie, Coca-Cola has made more money than most people will see in 10 lifetimes. You can feel the pace picking up, right? And here we are, the answer to our billion-dollar question. Every 60 seconds, day and night, 24/7, Coca-Cola earns about $20,000 in pure profit. By the time this explainer is over, they'll have made well over 100 grand. Just let that sink in. But here's the twist. The money, the syrup empire, as brilliant as all that is, that's not the real secret sauce. The true strength behind that $20,000 a minute figure lies in something way more powerful than a secret recipe. It's all about psychology. Think about it. What are they physically selling? It's carbonated water with some flavoring. But what do you buy? You buy the feeling you get when you see their holiday ads. You buy the nostalgia of sharing a Coke with friends. They aren't selling a beverage. They're selling an emotion. And that feeling isn't an accident. Oh no, it is carefully and expensively manufactured. The company spends over $4 billion a year on advertising to make absolutely sure that when you see that red and white logo, you feel something positive. And is it working? Well, this right here tells the whole story. An incredible 94% of the entire world's population recognizes the Coca-Cola logo. The only word more universally understood is okay. That isn't market share. That's total cultural dominance. So, in the end, this quote just perfectly captures what they've done. The company's real product isn't what's inside the can, it's the feeling the can gives you. They took a 5-cent tonic and turned it into a global symbol for joy. So, the next time you pop open a can of Coke, remember the empire behind that satisfying fizz. It really makes you wonder, if branding can make a simple soda this powerful, what are the limits to its influence in our world?